Hey, good afternoon, everybody. This is Cruising Chris. I'm coming to you in seas out here in the Atlantic Ocean. So I hope you guys can hear me okay. I'm out on the balcony because my family's in the room getting ready to go work out after dinner. Yes, because they are ones that will actually use the gym. I think we have a gym. I think I passed it the other day when I was anyways. But yes, they're going to go walk around the gym and go do whatever they do in the exercise room. I really don't know what happens in there. I've heard that people do exercise and maybe do oops, reaching. Yeah, hey guys. So I am on the ship's Wi-Fi, so hopefully everything is going well. Um, so yeah, I can up to the challenge and fill in when I need. Yes, I appreciate that, Scott. But let's see, we got Danny in here. Thank you for coming by, Danny. Of course, we got Scott coming in. Scott was the first one to come in. So yeah, I appreciate everybody coming in tonight. I'm doing this off of my cell phone, so I couldn't get my computer to hook up to the ship's Wi-Fi, but we're going to make it happen anyways. So, anyways, what I wanted to talk to you tonight about how to get on a ship with a picky eater. The other day I did talk about working with food allergies. Of course, talked last week with Randy about using a mobility scooter. So, another issue that might keep people from cruising, if they have a child or someone in their family or even themselves might be a picky eater and they're saying, hey, I can only live off of chicken nuggets, macaroni, and cheese. All right. And you know what? I can dig that. I can understand that. But, sometimes things you have to do in order to get through life, is it being in your comfort zone? Chicken nuggets and macaroni and cheese are in your comfort zone, then that's what you have to do. Now, the great thing about cruise ships, you have a glorious amount of different types of food that you can get. Okay. And you're not regulated just to the main dining or just to the buffets. You can go in the main dining room, and yes, you can even go to a specialty restaurant. Sometimes we'll have fancified versions of that. You can say, hey, I just need some Kraft macaroni and cheese. And it may not be Kraft, but it will be some version thereof. So you can always get something like that to do. So if you have a kid who just likes hot dogs or French fries, chicken nuggets, mac and cheese, things like that, there are places you can go and things you can get to do that. If they only like drinking a certain type of Kool-Aid, you can always bring on those flavor packets to put in water bottles. You can bring a refillable water bottle that you can fill up and then have as much as you want. They will not limit you on the amount of powder you can bring on. Now, I do recommend bringing the individual packets because if you do bring on one of those big containers, it does need to be in a freshly sealed, factory sealed package, because if it's already pre-opened, they may scrutinize it as it goes through security a little bit more. And those you probably cannot take off the ship very easily and then come back on. So if you're going in for an excursion or a port day or something like that, it's best to have those individual packets as you get off the ship. So those are the types of things that need to happen when you do have a picky eater. So does anybody have any questions, comments, or recommendations of what they have? One of the things that I do, and yes, I am a very picky eater. To give you an example, like tomorrow night, we're having our Asian night. And I love Asian food, but the Asian food that they have on their menu either has different things in there that I cannot eat because of my allergies or just things that I don't have a taste for. So you know what Cruising Chris M does? Ordered a grilled cheese for tomorrow night. So I'm getting a grilled cheese. I'm getting a banana split for dessert. So that's just what I do. Can you guys hear me okay? I'm not seeing very many comments or anybody else popping in. So you guys have me on here? Give me a comment or a yes or a no. Okay, I'm getting some more. Hey, Zach, thanks for coming in. Hi, CCA. Liz, is that you? You're a picky eater. So hopefully you get some stuff that comes through with the stuff there. Hey, Bill, I appreciate you coming in. All right. Yes, my phone is starting to catch up here. All right. Zach from Coca Culture, appreciate you coming in. Hey, Ron, appreciate you stopping in. Anybody else have any picky eater things that they want to talk about? And don't be afraid to type in hashtag CCM to show your channel and maybe get some more subscribers. Ramon, appreciate you coming in. Also, Linda Tolman, hey, thanks for coming in. All right. But yeah, I do appreciate you all coming in on short notice. You know, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to go live because the Wi-Fi, you know, is ship's Wi-Fi, and you know, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. Just depends on which way the wind blows. Luckily, we have a beautiful day. Hopefully, the sounds of the ocean is not taking over my microphone too much as we go through. But to me, pleasing or more relaxing than the sound of the ocean. Douglas, you're kind of like my wife and my son. My wife and my son, they will try anything at least once. And yeah, they will put some things away. And I'm like, how do you eat that? But I don't know. I mean, I've really expanded my palate as I've grown older. You know, because I used to never eat Indian food. And it wasn't until I actually started cruising until I tried some Indian food. And I really enjoyed it. But I do try new things as time goes on, but I always have to make sure that there's nothing in there that's going to cause an allergic reaction. So I do go through a lot of those things like that. So, hey, Chris, appreciate you coming in, Carnival Cruise Addicts. So Zach, any of your kids picky eaters or not? Are they pretty much eat anything? Because I know young teenagers, they can pretty much, you know, take the grocery store out and then ask, that was a good snack. What's next? Or are your kids kind of eating like squirrels there? So why is Chris M in the corner and nobody puts baby in the corner? I don't know why I'm in the corner. That's a good question here. Let's see what I can do about that. That is a very good question. Okay, maybe I'm somewhere else now. Maybe I'm not. Who knows? As long as I'm still broadcasting, I guess that's the important thing here. So who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see. This restream's great as long as you know how to use it. And guess what? I really don't know how to use it yet. So I guess it's trying to say that I want to show something else, but I really don't want to show anything else. So let me hit those. Let me go to